Akira, a sprawling cyberpunk epic, fast, violent, mind-bending, and absolutely gorgeous to look at. Akira is incredibly influential, it stays with you, and it is one of my favorite pieces of entertainment. But not necessarily because of the 1988 film. A little history lesson. Akira came in a wave that helped popularize anime in America through the late 80s and 90s. Cowboy Bebop, Dragon Ball Z, Ghost in the Shell, Sailor Moon, and of course Pokemon. Akira, as most anime film and shows, was a manga before it's translated to the moving pictures. The Akira manga is dense, 6 books, more than 2,000 pages. How in the world did they fit all this in a movie? Well, they kinda just didn't. You see, Akira was written by Katsuro Otoma and published by Young Magazine as a monthly installment in 1982. Although the film was released in 1988, the manga continued up until 1990. The point being that the manga was not finished when the movie was made. The movie ends about halfway through the manga. There was a whole other part of the story that Mr. Otoma felt the need to tell. At the end of the 1988 film, Kaneda and pals ride off into the ruins of Neo-Tokyo, into an unknown future with a sense of resolution and feeling hopeful. But in the manga, Mr. Otoma continues the story, delving into what happens in this new post-apocalyptic world. We are talking full-on war in the streets, the telekinetics versus man, Akira's army versus the gangs of Neo-Tokyo. But okay, you're thinking, get to the point. The video is called What I Want from an Akira Anime. You probably didn't need a history lesson, but to me, that's kind of important. The gap between the manga and the film is pretty huge, so much so that the film is considered more of a companion piece than a true adaptation. So that's what I think the anime should follow closely. I'm hoping they explore the entirety of the manga. The story is just as compelling, and if not more. The scope of the manga is so much wider that only an episodic format could tell. I think this is the correct way Akira is meant to be seen. Fans of the film and people who have never seen it will definitely gravitate towards this show, and the manga is different enough that it would be like a brand new story to seasoned fans. There are so many great things in the manga that are not in the film. Some examples are Akira being alive as opposed to being dead and dissected and stuffed in tubes like in the movie, or there is a master-apprentice dynamic between Tetsuo and Akira that's pretty interesting. There's whole characters stripped from the movie that play a pretty big part in the manga. As I previously stated, the manga continues after the destruction of Neo-Tokyo. Imagine how amazing it would be to watch the anime halfway through, you're used to the world, you're used to the way it works, and all of a sudden the world is flipped on its head. You're now in a battleground where a war rages on, and that is a show I really want to see. And of course, they don't have to religiously follow the text of the manga. I would definitely welcome some changes if they felt they needed to. Some character exploration would be great. Maybe seeing the backgrounds of the espers, the funny looking old kids a little more would definitely be a story arc that I'd be interested in. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching. If for some reason you're seeing this and you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend giving it a watch, and I strongly recommend giving the manga a try. And bless up.